In what many may call a turbulent time in America, this documentary,
W.E.B.
Du Bois, Rebel with a Cause, will premiere on PBS on May 19th. I'm Michael Reel. This is Real Urban News.
Rebel with a cause. American masters. Rebel with a cause. Rebel with a cause.
Tell us what went into scoring the music for this documentary.
You know, it really was wanting to capture the arc of the story itself. So music for me is like conversation. And Rita did an incredible job with the narrative in terms of not just the regional specific type of music, but also his internal and emotional sensibilities that were part of how I informed what the score would be.
Rita developing the skills that she has developed and doing her work in the way she's done it is really a revolutionary, just like Du Bois.
Mm-hmm. I think that what we need to say is we take control of our history. We learn about our scholars, we learn about our historians, and as we learn and teach our children and better ourselves, we don't fall for the okie doke. He's not a soundbite. It's not about the talented 10th. It's not about Booker T or Garvey. It's about a whole person, humanity.
Mr. Murray, talk about your affiliation with the Du Bois estate.
So when Du Bois died in 1963 and Shirley Graham Du Bois inherited the estate over in Accra, Ghana. And then she eventually moved to Egypt, where she lived for a few years. And then she eventually went to Beijing, China, where she passed away in 1977. Then David Du Bois, her surviving son, her only son at the time, he took over the estate of both his stepfather and his mother. And David lived in Egypt for about 30 years. He was a professor at Berkeley for a while. He was also a member of the Black Panthers back in the day. He was a publisher of the Black Panther magazine. And so David said to me during that time, he said, Odell, if anything ever happened to me, I want you to be in my will so that you would take over at that time. So when David passed away in 2005, that's when I took over the estate.
From an educational perspective, how important is this film?
It is. We cannot quantify how important this film is. While W.E.B. Du Bois will always be a part of the public imagination as one of the foremost intellectuals of the 20th century, Black intellectuals, this film will mainstream Du Bois again for the next generation to come.
Du Bois said in one of his books that his grandparents on his mother's side used to sing old African hymns that came from Africa, but they kind of got washed away in time. And I think now we have to go back to Ghana and other areas of Africa and learn about that history.
Now more than ever, we've got to tell our stories. When individuals are trying to ban our history, trying to erase us, trying to not recognize our contributions, we've got to tell our stories. We've also got to tell our history. When you see a film like W.E. Du Bois, Rebel with a Cause, you see something about an incredible man. I mean, his significant contributions to not only to our community, but to the world. Every child in America should know about W.E. Du Bois. And so when the filmmaker came to me and asked if I would be a part of it, I jumped to it. This film gives a new and refreshed look at W.E. Du Bois. It tells great history, but it tells about how one man was able to change this nation in his work.
How important is it that we share the historicity of W.E. Du Bois?
It has never been more important than in this moment when there is an active movement to erase the significance of Black participation in the foundation of this country and in defining who we are. So Du Bois is one of the greatest advocates in the history of America on behalf of citizenship for Black Americans coming out of the darkest period in our nation's history, of course, that being this period of slavery. So, I mean, Du Bois is never been more critical, I think, than now to revisit his work, explore his work, his thoughts, his writings, and get them out into the population. Never more critical than now.
And you've lent to that drive through this film.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was a great honor to be asked to be a part of this, and I mean, he's such a singular figure in American history, and such a powerful voice, and an insightful voice at a time when there were very few, when there were really no others.
Rebel with a cause, American man.